Hello everyone and welcome to Poser's Full Movie Recaps. Our today's film is about a man raised in a bomb shelter his entire life, who for the first time in 35 years, ventures out into the modern world. Two drunk homeless men holes up in an abandoned warehouse while they argue about their miserable existence. Suddenly, the ground starts to shake and a man in a radiation-protected suit comes up from the ground. The strange man announces, "I come in peace," and the two homeless men passed out from shock. In 1962, an American eccentric scientist Dr. Calvin Weber believes that a nuclear war with the Soviet Union is coming, so he built a secret fallout shelter beneath his backyard. One night, after hearing some emergency broadcast on the radio, he takes his pregnant wife Helen into the shelter. Just as he finishes closing the shelter's door, a plane accidentally crashes into their home above the ground. He immediately jumps to the conclusion that the bombing has gone exactly as he predicted, and seals the shelter, which is designed not to open for 35 years, to wait out the radiation contamination. In the morning, the authorities investigate the scene of the accident and believe that the couple was killed in a crash. Underground, Helen is upset about living in a bunker for the foreseeable future, and Calvin tries to comfort her by making some breakfast. When Helen's water breaks, he helps deliver their baby and named him Adam. Having a newborn baby cheers up Helen, and Calvin did everything to make her happy, including some renovations to transform the area into a functional home for them. The family lives like a normal couple, has date nights, and goes grocery shopping for their own supplies, except for the fact that they live solitary in a bomb shelter. As time goes by, the land where their old home used to stand gets converted into a diner. Adam learns to read and dreams about life on the surface, but Calvin explains that they have to wait until America gets rebuilt before they can come up again. Calvin teaches Adam everything he can, from normal school subjects to martial arts, and even politics. On the other hand, Helen gets in charge of teaching the boys some social skills including dancing, manners, and girls. Even sometimes Helen gets stir-crazy, the family endures and manages to get by. In 1975, the diner turns into some kind of bar, while Calvin continues teaching Adam some more advanced subjects like stock markets, and gives him some worthless bonds that he used to have. He also gives him his limited edition baseball card collection, and the boy is growing up with a good sense of humor. In 1991, the former waiter at the diner named Melker finally gets the ownership of the bar. Through the years, the small family enjoys the simple things they have until the year 1997 comes. It's been 35 years since they hid themselves in the underground bunker, and the facilities are now dramatically degraded. When the autolock of the shelter finally opens up, Helen and Adam wait in anticipation while Calvin opens the door. The family dances in celebration, but Calvin tells them that he needs to check it out first before everyone can come up. Meanwhile, the bar becomes a desolate place through the years, but Melker stays there with another homeless man. Suddenly, the ground shakes and an elevator from down below splits the floor. Calvin, wearing his radiation suit, greets the two men, declaring that he comes in peace, but the shocked Melker passed out. Calvin ventures outside, who still cannot believe that his former house has changed into an abandoned bar. He becomes very confused when he sees the huge difference in the present world from 35 years before. He encounters several people, like someone digging in the garbage, a ladyboy offering flesh service, a drunk throwing up on the sidewalk, and an adult book shop in the corner. Sometime later, he tells his family that the dreadful modern world is now inhabited by irradiated mutants, making it dangerous to move upside. Helen, being cooped up underground for so long, starts to turn crazy, and refuse to accept to stay any longer at their bunker. But Calvin has a heart attack and becomes seriously ill. Since Helen doesn't have a choice but to take care of Calvin, she sends Adam upside so he can replenish their dwindling supplies. For the first time in his life, Adam packs for a trip, and Calvin reminds him not to visit the adult bookstore because it contains invisible toxic gas. When Adam goes up, he meets Melker, who is tending at his altar, thinking that Calvin and Adam are gods. After Adam greets him, he rushes outside excited to see everything for the first time. He walks around the town, and when he notices the adult shop on the corner, he panics and quickly runs away from it. Inside the bus, Adam continues to ramble about his learned knowledge from his father, but people look at him like he's gone crazy. At the grocery store, Adam orders a bulk of meat, but when he computes the amount he needs to be able to purchase everything, he realizes that the $3,000 his mother gave him is not enough. The butcher informs him that if he orders in bulk, they can deliver it to his home. That's when it registers to Adam that he doesn't know his way back, and he is lost in the city. When night falls, he finds a shop that buys baseball cards. Since he lacks the money to buy all their supplies, he decides to sell some of his dad's collectibles, but the shop owner offers a cheap price for the valuable cards. Eva, the shop assistant, intervenes and reveals the real value of the cards. She adds that a single card alone can be sold for $6,000, compared to the $500 the cheat owner offers for the whole box. Eva right then quits her boring job and takes the mesmerized man out of the shop. Outside, the two start talking, and since Eva loses her job for helping Adam, he offers to pay the woman 2 valuable cards to drive him to the hotel where his mother told him to stay. The next day, Eva comes back to return the cards because she feels guilty of taking advantage of the naive man. He expresses his affection for her, but Eva quickly turns him down because according to her, it never works out when men likes her. Grateful for the honest woman, Adam decides to hire her for a couple of weeks to help him sell the cards, and buy the food and supplies his family needs. As soon as they can, the two start buying bulk supplies, which Eva never questions why, because at the moment, she only cares about the 2,000 grand she'll get once the job is finished. They bought everything from 26H batteries, juices, frozen goods, smoke, and alcohol that will last his family for 2 years. Adam even asks her to consider him as a boyfriend, but Eva repeatedly turns him down. He then asks her to help him find a wife from Pasadena, California based on his mother's advice, and Eva laughs at him but decides to help anyway. Eva teaches Adam to drive, but he is awful at it, so she decides to bring him to her house where they meet Cliff, Eva's ex-boyfriend. She also asks her feminine friend named Troy to provide him with expertise on fashion and makeovers, which Adam takes nicely. Meanwhile, Helen, still feeling cooped up, checks if Calvin is asleep and proceeds to take the elevator up to check on Adam. But when she meets Melker with a horde of crazies, she immediately presses the elevator control to go back underground. Sometime later, Eva takes Adam skating at the park and later goes to the beach where Adam is astonished by the sight. He also watches a real baseball game where he keeps expressing his amazement at seeing the game live for the first time. Even the rain is a novelty to Adam, and when he asks Eva to be his new best friend and the woman accepts, he embraces her with tenderness and deep appreciation. Later that night, Adam, Eva, and Troy go to a club for girl hunting. Adam quickly charms a woman with his polite manners, and Eva seems irritated so she keeps her distance from the man. When Adam dances, the crowd is in awe of his dance talent, while Eva looks at him oddly. The jealous Eva starts accusing Adam of not being who she thought he is and asks where he learned to dance like that, thinking that the man is pretending to be clueless and naive. Before Adam can explain the truth, Cliff approaches and takes Eva with him to the bar. Adam follows them to continue his explanation, but he unintentionally provokes Cliff on attacking him. Obviously, Adam defends himself by showing off his boxing skills which he used to practice every day with his father. The fight upsets Eva and walks out of the club, leaving Adam alone to go home. At home, Eva becomes worried and asks Troy if Adam is safe at the hotel, but Troy is pissed with Eva for not being honest with what she feels. When Eva learns that Adam went home with a girl, she rushes out to look for Adam. Suddenly, she gets startled when Adam appears out of nowhere, causing her to hurt her knee. Adam offers to help her, and the two finally confess their feelings to each other. He tells her that he politely rejected those other women because he could only have his eyes on Eva. With all the confusion cleared out, Eva gives Adam the first kiss of his life. Adam comes clean and explains the real circumstance of his existence, where he grew up in a bunker with his parents because his father thought that America got bombed by the Soviets. He also expresses his desire to bring Eva with him underground, but the woman thinks that he's just making up a ridiculous story and sends him back to his hotel. The following day, Adam finally finds the abandoned bar where the bunker's elevator is located and rushes back to Eva, so he can tell her about it. Inside the house, Eva introduces Adam to a psych doctor from the Family Services Department, thinking that the man has some mental health issues. Adam has no choice but to come with the doctors and say goodbye to Eva and Troy. Once outside, Adam runs away and Eva prevents the doctor from calling the police. She realizes that she is making a huge mistake by letting Adam go, but before they can stop the man, he escapes using his haul truck and asks Eva to collect his belongings and pay the hotel. Adam finally meets his parents again and introduces them to Melker, the one who will help him bring down their supplies. Melker solicits the help of other homeless people to carry the goods down, so Adam won't get caught by the psychiatrist who he believes is chasing him. When Eva drives to the storage they used for the supplies, she finds out that it's empty. She then visits the hotel with Troy and sees that most of his belongings are a brand from the 60s, and Troy also finds some valuable bond certificates from big companies like IBM, AT&T, and Polaroid, where the current values are millions of dollars. The two realize that the man is telling the truth all along, so they begin tracing Adam's whereabouts, but are unable to find the man. When Eva is about to give up, she spots Adam leaving a phone booth so she hurriedly yells his name to get his attention. Eva runs out of the car and embraces Adam, and the man finally introduces Eva to his parents who apparently are preparing to lock the shelter for 10 more years. Adam declares that he is leaving with Eva and asks them to just set the lock for 2 months, and afterward, he will come back for them. Calvin and Helen agree, and the new couple arranges everything from selling his father's stocks, and building a new home for his parents that is identical to their destroyed house from the 60s. After 2 months, Adam goes back for his parents and relocates them to the newly built house. He explains the truth that there was never a nuclear war or any bombing, but instead, there was a plane that crashes into their house. The movie ends with Calvin planning on building a new fallout shelter in the backyard, while Adam and Eva live happily ever after. Subscribe to watch more videos like this. You can also hit the notification bell and like the video to help the channel out. Thank you.